Hello guys, how is it going? How are you? So let's wait till some more people will join. Yeah, I could see there is few more live videos starting at the same moment. It's a busy period right now. Everybody want to be live. What else can we do? And that's the only means by how we can communicate and stay in touch. I'm in London. Rebecca, hi, I miss you. Yes, me and Rebecca, we are together in the UK Parliamentary Society. So since long time we didn't see each other. So hopefully the lockdown will be finished soon and we can all meet. So guys, I just wanted to remind you that we are continuing our art talks. So every week I'm interviewing a different artist, and we already had such an amazing artist like Philip Colbert, Paperboy, and today we're having a special guest, and I'm going to introduce you to him a little bit in a couple of moments actually. So I just want to tell you that the goal of these conversations is to know what's going on in the art industry nowadays, to stay in touch, to see how can we support each other, so artists will share their experience, because the world is changing so fast and we have to understand how can we cope with the situation. So today, let me start. I'm having a special guest. It is a British visual artist, a writer, a gallerist, Benjamin Murphy. He works in a black and white technique. He uses different materials to create his artworks. He cuts black electrical tape, he paints, he draws, he cuts wood. His works are influenced by literature, and that's why there is some mystical aura around his artworks. So let's see if Benjamin is here and we could connect him. Someone wants to be in a live video. Is it him? Yes. Is it Benjamin? Yes. We are waiting until we connect.
Hello.
Oh, wow. What
Hi.
about you?
Yeah, I'm in Finland. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, the connection is.
Okay, great. Sorry?
How is it going? How come you're in Finland? How
Um,
did
my my fiance is from here, and they have this amazing cabin on this island. So we thought, as everyone's in lockdown, why not be in lockdown here?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me give you a little bit of a look around.
Wonderful view.
Yeah, it's not bad, right?
Yep. So, like, you're based in UK. So when did you come here to this beautiful paradise?
Well, we got to the island today, this morning. I've been in Finland for about a week, and then I was in Yorkshire for the rest of the lockdown.
So the lockdown. You were initially in London when when they announced the lockdown, or
No, I went. I'm from Yorkshire, so I went up to Yorkshire. Um, I went for Mother's Day, and then I got trapped there. So I spent most of the lockdown in Yorkshire because I didn't want to travel back to London, basically.
I think that's the best idea because
Yeah,
yeah, the weather is nice, but we can't wait honestly till it's going to be over.
yeah, yeah. The weather's good here too, as you can see.
So tell me now, like, so basically, do you have any time to create any artworks during this isolation period?
Yeah, I don't feel like. I mean, my life hasn't changed a huge amount, to be honest. I'm used to spending a lot of time in a room on my own drawing, so I'm still doing that. Um, I teach at university. I'm still doing that. I'm just doing it online. Um, the gallery I run, we've had to postpone the shows that we had planned, but I don't feel like I've got any more free time now that we're locked down. Uh, than I did before. But no, it's going good. I can't complain really.
Hmm. So tell us a little bit more about your technique, because all of your works are like black and white. How did you start, and where is it all coming from?
Well, I went to art college when I was 16. Um, Only really because I didn't want to have to get a job during the real world, and I didn't want to stay at school. But I never had dreams of being an artist. I guess it was kind of an accident. And I didn't really think of it as a career choice or take it seriously until I was in my early 20s, really.
Hmm.
Um, but I just made drawings because it was fun, I suppose. I went to university and I did a master's degree. Then I moved to London. Um, but yeah, it was never a dream. It was never like the plan. And um, yeah, I don't know what I would have done otherwise.
Hmm.
But in terms of technique, I suppose I work in black and white because I can't do anything else. I don't feel like I don't understand color. Like it. I used to. Sorry.
Have you ever tried to use colors in your
Um,
artworks?
yeah, yeah. I used to use color, but it was always terrible. So I had to phase it out over a period of time. It took me a while to realize that color just wasn't my thing. But yeah, it's because I'm useless at it that I don't use it.
So you use different techniques. You use even black electric tape for your artworks. You paint with oil. You draw. You cut wood. So, uh, which is one? Which technique is your favorite, and
Um,
the one you are
well,
best at?
I used tape. I used only tape for a long time, for maybe 6 years or a little bit more, 7 or 8 years maybe. Um, and so to do that, I would just cut and stick black electrical tape on glass. And so I'd cut it into thin strips and build up a figurative, um, detailed drawing using just the tape. And I did that. Well, I just did it once, basically, as like I was just playing around after I'd had a few too many drinks. Um, and and then all of a sudden, like a few years later, that's my job, and that was never planned either. It was I just did it once, and it was fun, so I continued doing it, and I really enjoyed the challenge and how inflexible it was as a medium. Um, and then and I did it for so long that I started to feel a little bit trapped by it. Um, and and it didn't really feel like it. I didn't really feel like it challenged me as much as it used to. Um, and my works were very precise and methodical, and so I was really craving some more freedom and the ability to get messy, and the ability to work in a medium that I didn't fully understand or feel like I understood. So I started doing a lot more painting. At the moment, I'm doing a lot of charcoal. So charcoal on canvas, which is a nightmare, because
Charcoal.
yeah, charcoal on canvas is a nightmare. But I think that's why I like it at the moment. I like the how I like how I've got no idea what I'm doing. Basically, like I like being out of my comfort zone and being messy and allowing the messiness and the naivety to be recorded on the canvas.
I notice. I think you like the effect of optical illusion. You don't leave sometimes a blank space on a canvas covering everything with the tangled parts.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel like at the moment I feel like I don't really know what I'm doing, and I like it.
Yeah, I liked your show in Delphi Gallery, where your artworks went beyond the standard frame.
Yeah, so I haven't had a solo show now for a year. So last summer in Helsinki was my last solo show, and up until that point, all of my solo shows have been works made out of tape. So um, that was my standard approach to curating a solo show would be to take over the gallery space in a more involved way than just hanging pieces on a wall. So I wanted the exhibition to be more of an experience that you walk into, more like an artwork that you walk into, rather than just like a set of 13 pieces hung on a wall. So now that I've started doing all of this messy charcoal and painting and stuff, when I come to do a solo show, I don't quite know how it'll look or what form it'll take. But yeah, I mean, I do like to involve the space more and respond to it a little bit.
Yeah, I've heard you were supposed to have shows in 2020 in Australia and in Italy. Have they been postponed or?
Yeah, so I've had, let me count. So I've had a show in Sydney in Australia postponed, which will be now in February 2021. The show in Italy, I don't know when that'll be. That'll be this year, maybe. A show in LA has been delayed. I don't know when to. But that's at Shard Gallery. And a few shows I'm curating. So one in Paris and maybe two in London have all been rescheduled. So it's all a bit up in the air at the moment. Don't really know when these things are going to happen. But
supposed to have my show in June. Now I'm moving it to November, so I hope that the situation is up till time.
yeah, that's probably a good move. Yeah, hopefully November will be a little bit back to normal, maybe.
For you, you have to also calculate all these things because you're not only an artist, you're a gallerist, you're a co-partner of Delphian Gallery.
Yeah. Yeah, so I run Delphian with my friend Nick, Nick J.S. Thompson. And we basically, because we're both artists and we both have other stuff going on, we do 6 shows a year, sometimes 7. And that is all. So we usually try and work in our own shows. So we do a show every other month because we do 6. So we try and work our own shows in the gaps between.
Mm-hmm.
So say we were supposed to have a Delphian show in April, then I was having my show in Sydney in May, then we were going to have a Delphian show in June. Now everything's been pushed back. I think some things are going to probably clash because we want to do as much as we can in as soon as we can.
So now during the lockdown, are you trying to promote the art? Or is there any sales happening?
Yeah. Yeah, we started this new initiative called Lockdown Editions, which basically we thought, because we're a small gallery, it's just a team of me and Nick. So we don't have any staff that we need to pay. We don't have a permanent space, so we don't have rent or bills to pay. We are in a lucky position during this lockdown in that it's not been as derailing for us as it is for other galleries. So we thought now is the time that we need to step up, I suppose, and help support artists who, because obviously as artists ourselves, we know how difficult a time, well, how difficult it can be to be an artist generally. But now that there's this lockdown and this uncertainty and this probably imminent economic downturn, we thought now we need to do something about it. So we're releasing a new print with a new artist every week, and we're not taking a percentage of sales, basically. So that's our way of continuing to move forward during this lockdown, and also to kind of help support some artists.
Do you use social media a lot to promote your artists?
Yeah, I mean, it's the only way we promote things, really. We don't. I mean, we've never hired a PR team or a marketing team or paid for advertise. Well, I think we've paid for a few Instagram advertisements, but I don't think they've ever really worked. But yeah, we've never hired any team to do that for us. So it's all social media. Yeah.
Certain artists you are specializing in, any certain technique you prefer? Your artists.
Well, I think me and Nick have got very similar tastes. So I suppose in a loose classification, I suppose I'm a painter. Nick is a photographer. So we both. Sorry.
Very nice combination.
It is, yeah, especially when I need artworks photographing. Yeah, I get him to do it for me. Um, but yeah, but so we've slid into this style, I suppose, and we show predominantly painting, but that was never a conscious decision. The first solo show we did was with a photographer called Carson Lancaster. Obviously, we love photography and sculpture and all other kinds of things, but for some reason, the work we choose to show or the artists we get most excited about at the moment are all painters. I don't know why.
Old painters.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, so we're showing more painting than anything else.
I love painting. Yeah, I like during the lockdown. I'm so happy I have so much time to create artwork.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, what is the concept, or do you have a mission in your art? In what you?
I'm getting a little bit of rustling
Yeah.
from your end. Is all right. It's gone. What was the question? Sorry.
Do you have any mission behind your art?
I don't know. To be honest, that's I'm not trying to teach the world anything with my work. I prefer to make my work, put it out in the world, and then let people decide what they think it means. And I believe that anyone's opinion about what one of my works means is as valid as anyone else's, including my own. So when you look at one of my works and you think it means whatever you think it means, you are entirely correct in that reading. And so is someone else who may disagree with you. So I have no mission other than to continue making it. And as an artist, when you continue making new things, you need to get rid of them all. Otherwise, your house is going to fill up and your studio is going to fill up. So we do exhibitions, and exhibitions are. I really love the process of starting to think about doing a show and putting shows on making them interesting, or at least hopefully making them interesting. So my mission, I suppose, is just to continue. Yeah.
To make people enjoy your art, appreciate it.
I don't mind if they don't enjoy it. Yeah.
So yeah, I also heard you're writing a book.
Well, yeah, we've just finished actually. So it's being printed at the moment. I think it's arriving, or it should be arriving to us next Friday. So we started it in August with a publishers called Fool's Cap Editions, and it's a Delphian project, and it's basically a business book, a bit like it's like a business book for early career artists,
Mm-hmm.
but we were very careful not to make it like a how-to list.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all opinion pieces, and it's basically opinions and thoughts on things that we've kind of picked up along the way.
Upcoming art, how to break through, how to succeed.
I mean, yeah, in a loose sense, I suppose. I mean, I wouldn't I wouldn't assume to know how an artist can succeed. So I wouldn't write something as if reading my words will make you a success, because I don't know even if I'm a success yet. So it's not written like that. It's more this is some stuff that we've picked up, and hopefully it helps, basically.
That's great. So I want my copy of the book.
Yeah,
So
well,
are
yeah,
you
we
sell the are you going to sell it, or where
yeah, so it'll be available through our website and probably a few galleries who I can't name yet. But yeah, it'll be available. We're not sure when yet either. As soon as possible, I think.
So what do you think, like what challenges the art industry face after this crisis that we are facing now?
Well, I think in the short term, well, in the very short term, in the kind of now and previously, a lot of shows have been rescheduled and cancelled, So obviously, artists and galleries have no revenue from those things. But prior to those shows happen, or prior to when those shows were supposed to be happening, the artists have been making work for those shows. So they've been focusing their time and their energy on making work for a show that didn't happen. And so that probably means that artists haven't been making money for an even longer period than this lockdown's been happening. Because if you've got a solo show coming up, you take a few months off from doing anything else.
Yeah.
So um, lack of revenue in the short term. In the longer term, I think once the lockdown is relaxed, I don't think it will be like ended in one quick go. So I think it'll be things will get gradually more and more relaxed. But I think, say, a big private view with a few hundred people at it, that's probably quite a long way off.
Yeah. But I think till the end of the year, it will be some social distancing rule.
Yeah, yeah.
We will make the show in 2020. We will still have to keep the social distancing. So probably it will be a limited number per one visit or something.
Yeah, exactly. And so the way that we will encounter art will, well, already has changed, but I think it'll continue to change and continue to not go back to normal for quite some time, if it ever does. Things like this, like I've been asked to do quite a lot of these Instagram live things over the last 2-3 months, but before that, not a single one. So this kind of thing, this kind of thing is taken over. I think a lot of galleries, especially galleries, are realizing the power of social media and how essentially they can't do without it. Like no gallery can do without social media right now. So I think that'll be a change. And I think in the longer term, I think sales are still gonna. I think sales are going to take a while to get back on form, probably because of there's an imminent, if not already present, recession.
Yeah, the buying potential is not so good nowadays. People are losing their jobs and the economy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So of course it will reflect on our.
Mm, yeah. But I think artists are resilient and artists are innovative and adaptable. Otherwise, they wouldn't be artists. So I think, and I'm already seeing it. Artists are adapting to this. So I'm seeing a lot of artists making smaller works out of necessity because they probably don't have access to the studios, a lot of them. But those works are also more affordable and accessible. And so I'm seeing a lot of artists still selling works independently, not through galleries. So artists are already starting to adapt. I just hope that galleries adapt in the same way because I don't want to see a lot of galleries be forced to close because of this.
So do you think some galleries will close or?
I mean, I think it's inevitable that that businesses will suffer as a result of this this situation. Galleries are businesses like any other, so I think galleries will suffer. But I think some galleries will suffer more than other businesses potentially because when people are starting to rein in their spending, I think art is one of the first things that they'll stop buying. Obviously, people still have to pay for petrol and food and rent and all of this stuff. I think art is a luxury purchase essentially. So I think people are gonna, yeah. So I think artwork sales, it's going to take a while to get back to normal. I think a lot of galleries. I mean, it's tough to run a gallery. I know that now because I run one, but so I think there are definitely some galleries who have been pretty close to the wire already. Because say if you have like a big flashy space in a capital city, which is what a lot of galleries seem to want, then they're still going to be having to pay rent, I'd imagine. So I think
they made some rule that no one is paying rent. I don't know if it is true.
Well, Yeah, I haven't really looked into it either because we don't have a permanent space. But yeah, I mean, even so, I think the sales is gonna yeah, it's gonna be a hard thing to. It's a tough situation for a lot of people, but I think galleries are finding it harder than others, just because people aren't buying art or buying as large and expensive paintings as they were before this, probably.
So, what advice would you give to the artists that are now home or in their studios creating their artworks?
Well, so the advice I would give would be to, I suppose, keep making work, and I mean, keep making work and keep moving forward. And I don't think this is. Well, first, I mean, I'm hesitant to say that because also this is having like an effect on people's mental health, and the feeling that people need to be super productive all the time can be quite damaging to people's mental health. So I would say that if this is having like that kind of effect on you, then I think like a lot of people, it's okay to slow down in certain areas because of this. But I would also say don't let it beat you and don't let it force you to stop making work. And even if, say, you usually make 10 feet high bronze sculptures and you can't do that at home,
Oh,
there's always something we can do. So I think it's about being adaptable right now.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Benjamin, for your time.
no problem. All right,
Um,
that are we done? That was
with
quick.
all of you also. All right, you have a great day, and hopefully we will all get back to a normal life very soon.
All right. Yeah,
Oh,
you too.
bye.
All right, thanks.